This story about the new Blade movie kind of feel sums up what's going on in the Marvel universe and why it kind of not working anymore. Friends, enemies, and those who are undecided, welcome back. This is Jack. For those who have not heard, that apparently the original script, or one of the early scripts for Blade, was suggesting that he would have actually been the fourth lead. A movie about Blade would have made him the fourth lead, and it would have been a story about life lessons. I'm sorry, you're making a movie about a half vampire, a dhampir technically, killing other vampires, and it's an action flick, and you've already cleared it to be rated R, and you're gonna make a story about life lessons. Tell me you don't know the audience for your movie without telling me you don't know the audience for your movie. This feels like it's a script written by them having a whole bunch of people in the room and they're going, how do you feel about this topic? How do you feel about this? Let's write a script about this, involving this. That's what kills a lot of movies. Now, I'm okay if certain things get tucked into a movie, let's say as including Blade, but it doesn't have to be the centerpiece. It doesn't have to be the premiere side of the story. As an example, this is an example, you can take it how you leave it. Making a movie about Blade does not have to center around, let's say, LGBTQ plus rights. That is something I stand up for. I believe in. My little sister is trans. I support her. But Blade does not need to involve himself directly in that story. Now, can you do a sub-story involving a human that's working with him who happens to be dealing with that? Here's a thought. Maybe she contracted vampirism because of insert whatever reason that involved that. Okay, but that's a sub-story arc. That does not the main arc of Blade, the vampire hunter, dealing with big bad vampire. That's where my issue comes in with like what's going on with the current Marvel verse. That's what it seems like they are doing. They are saying, here's cool idea, now let's run it through all these committees to find out what is the most perfectly angled way to be receptive by the most people, but no one of that actually likes it. Instead of going, this is the audience that's going to go see this movie, let's make it something that they would like, or having a creative story. Early one, like let's say Iron Man 1 for an example, that's exactly what it was. It was, he had a vision for what it was going to be. He had no expectation it would be anything more than this one standalone movie with the possibility of it linking to maybe one or two other movies. He had this vision of a movie, and he ran with it. And this is also, of course, on top of all the other Marvel movies trying to lose their flavor. They're becoming very bland. Like, yeah, they have these epic-ass moments, don't get me wrong. Boruto's epic-ass moments, but it doesn't make it a good series. What it is it feels there's almost no difference between Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor. There's almost no difference between pretty much any of the movies after Endgame. They feel like they're all kind of blended together into some mush. Because they're trying to say, oh, this is a shared universe, so all of them are dealing with the same thing. No, they're not. No, they're not. I feel that, like, and this is my opinion, the only, like, post-Endgame thing I enjoyed, and mind you, I've only seen a handful, I've missed a lot of them, has been Falcon and Winter Soldier. That was my favorite. Were there some moments in Scarlet Vision that was epic? Oh, yeah. But that's it, just some epic moments. I still need to see Hawkeye, because I've been putting that off because I really like Hawkeye. Mind you, I canceled my Disney Plus, but that's another conversation from them raising their prices. DC's not immune to this too, by the way. I feel that they lost the soul of what a lot of their characters are, and that's what's going to kill the comic book movie universe, is because they just don't know the soul of their character. And as I was saying on my stream, what's the difference between Green Arrow and Batman? Both are rich people, vigilantes, perfectly human. What separates those two? Bat and Arrow. Okay, what separates them? As a fan, think of it. What separates them? There is a lot that separates them if you read the comics, but if you only watched the Arrow TV show in CW and you know Batman, you're like, no, there's no difference between them. What are you talking about? There is a vast difference between them in the comics. Batman relies on fear as his modus operandi to get people to not do things. Green Arrow's philosophy is be there and fight. He's actually more akin to like Superman in the regards of being an example. So I really feel that some of these missteps that Marvel and DC are doing with their, however you want to look at it, like with their own projects, it's just kind of draining the room. The possibility of them making a Spawn movie that people are going to go see, not because because people are going to be like, oh, it's a superhero movie, I'm not interested. Ignoring the fact that Spawn is not a superhero. He's not. He really isn't. They're just going to be like, oh, it's in the superhero universe? Nah. If they made a legitimate Wanted movie based on the actual comic, which was really dark, no one's going to watch it because, like, oh, it's a superhero movie. When actuality, it's a supervillain movie. It's just not going to happen. And that's because DC and Marvel are sucking the air out of the room and putting that flame out. And I think everyone involved needs to take a step back and go, we need to realign our vision. It's not including talking about the problems with the idea of a multiverse, and them even possibly bringing back Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and Scarlett Johansson. Because there's rumors of that too, by the way. There is a correct way to do it if they want to. Scarlett Johansson, it's not Black Widow back, it's a Skrull posing as Black Widow. Captain America comes back not as Captain America, but as Captain Hydra from an alternate timeline, because you can have fun with that, I guess, make Hydra relevant again. And Robert Downey Jr. comes back not as Tony Stark, but as a hologram of Tony Stark. There you go. I just explained it quickly how you can do it, and it be semi-right. And so that the characters don't take over the whole freaking movie. But yeah, that's what I got. I want to hear y'all's thoughts. You think I'm right? Comment section. Think I'm wrong? Comment section. You think I look stupid? Comment section. See you on the next one.